Ladies and gentlemen, hamjambo nyote, hamjambo tena, asanteni sana. Today, the journey that was commenced by my predecessor, President Mwai Kibaki, who together with the Prime Minister of Ethiopia at the time, Meles Zenawi, and the President of South Sudan, Salva Kiir Mayardit, we're here to break ground for this project. For a variety of reasons, the project was not able to take off. But today, after a long journey, we are here to make that dream a reality. A new chapter unfolds today in the development and transformation of Lamu, a chapter now that joins the transformation that is taking part or taking place in every part of our country. From Lamu here to Lodwar, from Namanga to Nadapal, from Meru to Mbalambala. The role of every generation in expanding the frontiers of our nation is affirmed. When I last visited the port of Lamu, I was the 9th of December last year. I was in the company of Dr. Abiy Ahmed, the current Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. And at that time, I made a commitment to Kenyans and to our neighboring countries that the Port of Lamu would begin operations within 6 months. We have indeed kept our promise, and today we are officially operationalizing berth number 1, and this means that we can start receiving ships and cargo at this port, and by July, berth number 2 will be ready, and by October of this year, the last berth, which is berth number 3, shall also be operational. So this indeed is a momentous feat, and it marks an important milestone towards the realization of our key objective of Vision 2030 to transform regional economies through increased trade, integration, and interconnectivity. As a critical pillar of the Lamu Port, South Sudan, Ethiopia transport corridor, this port will connect South Sudan, Ethiopia, and Kenya. Eventually, the objective under the African Union is to connect northern Kenya to the middle belt of Africa, which runs from Dakar in Senegal, that is in the west of our continent, to where we are today, Lamu, in the east of our continent. Ladies and gentlemen, Lamu Port is strategically located at the middle of major shipping routes, and therefore its operationalization will enable us to begin and to realize long-cherished goals of opening up northern Kenya to international trade. Indeed, fortifying our position as a major gateway to Africa and harnessing the economic potential of this historically underserved region. With one of the deep water harbors on the east coast of Africa, Lamu Port has the potential to become a premier transshipment hub for all cargo destined for the continent. Ladies and gentlemen, every day the clock resets and with it comes a new dawn. With every sunrise comes new opportunities, but also new challenges. Daybreak manifests new hope and new beginnings, offering us the opportunity to ask ourselves, what can we do better and what new ground can we break so as to expand the possibilities of our motherland, Kenya. As we witness this operationalization of the port, I remember some doubting Thomases who questioned its viability and wondered if we would ever be utilized, wondering whether it would ever be built. They can stop wondering. We are here. And those who doubt its viability, just as they doubted our ability to build it, will also be put to shame. We have many examples from our history as a country which give me confidence that this port is an investment that will fully deliver on its promise. And let me just share two examples. In March of 1978, when only about 50,000 passengers a year passed through Embakasi Airport in Nairobi, President Kenyatta opened the 2.5 million passenger per year international airport, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Many people were skeptical about the viability of the new airport, terming it a white elephant. However, in no time, the airport became an important regional hub for both passenger and freight traffic, and 42 years later, JKIA was handling 7 million passengers a year before the COVID pandemic hit, and now is ripe for major new expansion. Similarly, in 1978, amid strong opposition from petroleum industry players, Kenya constructed its first 14-inch diameter petroleum pipeline from Mombasa to Nairobi, covering 450 kilometers. 30 years later, in 2018, to cope with increased demand, a second new Mombasa-Nairobi pipeline of 20-inch diameter was constructed. A second pipeline and a third one have been constructed between Nairobi and Eldoret and between Nakuru and Kisumu, respectively, to handle the fast increasing volume of traffic in petroleum products. Today, the Kenya Pipeline Company is one of the most important assets of our nation. It makes major contributions to the economy and to the national exchequer, thanks to the foresight of our forefathers. These are just two examples, clearly demonstrating that to achieve our national development goals and to meet the aspirations of our entrepreneurial and industrious people, our vision needs to be bold, ambitious. Pole sana, kila mtu na mambo yake. Bold, ambitious, and clarity of vision that Kenya requires to become a prosperous, newly industrialized middle-income country by 2030.